Yeah, man, there's your boy Chico Black, Mr. Jaloso. What it is, man, this video right here is about a man that is giving his name, his children, a bad name as a man, as in reputation, as a, stand-up man that needs to put his 10 toes down and actually get away from this toxic relationship that he's been going through for double-digit years. I'm not gonna talk about his wife. We already know she's a big-time hoe, but the disgrace of what they have done to their kids and how their kids have turned out to be is a fucking disgrace. But I'm gonna get into it. Let's get into it right now. We all know that Will Smith is a very, very good actor. The man can act his ass off. We got to give it to him on that. The man is also a comedian, a funny ass comedian. You got to give him that too. You understand what I'm saying? But his toxic relationship, the way he tried his first wife, the way he disrespects and embarrasses his kids is off the charts. You understand what I'm saying? And it's something, as me as a father, I don't condone and I don't respect. What he allows his wife to do to him and how she embarrasses him is off the charts, and it's something that has never been seen ever before in Hollywood. This is the most toxic marriage relationship in Hollywood that we have ever seen in the history of the industry in Hollywood itself. The way that he allows himself to be humiliated and embarrassed and look shamefully ashamed as a husband and as a father, it's never been seen before. For 20-something odd years, this man has allowed his marriage to go publicly, chaotically toxic. It is the most horrendous and just embarrassed and most disrespectful and just disgraceful act of a couple that I've ever seen in Hollywood. How this man gets in camera and humiliates himself to protect his marriage. That marriage is so toxic. To have a man that had an affair with your so-called wife, who you so-called along with her, haven't had a relationship since 2016, to say, how do you feel? Your wife giving me head and having sex with me, and I've been sleeping with your wife for years. How does that make you feel? How the hell you think that makes that man feel? But you gave him the blessings. You blessed them both to being together, because so-called y'all wasn't together since 2016, but y'all live in the same house. Listen, bruh. There's something that's called self-respect. There's something that's called morals. There's something that's called your parents taught you better. There's something that's called I am not going to tolerate and have zero tolerance when it comes to my so-called wife disrespecting me at this level and at this extreme content. Your whole family knows what this woman has done to you in a 20-something year period. And y'all want to glorify by saying bad marriage forever, laugh and give each other daps? Where's the respect, my boy? And especially when it comes from you, your self-respect. You don't respect yourself. You don't have nothing that is called a manhood that we can look at you and say, you know what, we respect Will Smith as a man. Because he stands up and he has what we call 10 toes down. He's not going to take this, and he's going to approach it. And you know what? Let me get away from this toxic marriage and let me get myself together. Let me get some help. Let me get some professional help. Let me get more intact with my kids. Let me see if me and my kids can get help from all this that we have been through. But instead, you choose to keep falling and falling. That's why I call this video the Will Smith fallout. You have fallen drastically. And I'm not going to say from your acting career. because you keep getting better when it comes to your acting career, especially when you did Muhammad Ali and you did I, Robot and you done the Bad Boy trilogy. I mean, bro, you are a great sensational actor, and I think that's why your wife is with you, because she is the fallout from the marriage. You are the glamour. You are the one that are the spotlight, the superstar, the one that brings home hundreds of millions of dollars. You think she's with you because she loves you? No, she hates the fuck out of you. But you stayed there because you believe. Like Lenny Williams, "Cause I Love You." I know you know that song. You want to tell the world, yo, have you ever been in love like I've been in love? You don't call that love. You call that just straight danger, toxic tendency. You call that just straight up garbage. You call that straight embarrassment. You call that straight just falling off like we've never seen nobody fall off. And that's the problem. And that's the thing that you need to realize. You making yourself look so bad. And your family, I know, is looking at you saying, what are you doing? But you out here smiling in pictures. You out here glorifying your marriage. You out here glorifying something that you know that it's not even worth it. That's not even working out. Ain't that the name of the book that your wife wrote about you? Everything that's worse? Stop it, bruh. Get yourself together, my G. Get yourself together and get yourself right. Try to let go of your past and try to put everything away so you can bring that confidence back into your life, so you can feel spiritually free. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being very honest with you, and you need to understand that if you don't get yourself right, and if you don't plant yourself right, you're gonna go through a lot of problems. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to be disrespectful. I don't mean to fight or anything to that level when it comes to this argument, but you need to understand that if you don't get yourself right, my boy, you're gonna suffer like you're suffering, and you're gonna forever keep suffering at the ending of the day. And you know what? As a fan of your acting career, I don't want to see you go through that. I don't want to see you suffering the more that you suffer, but you making yourself look this bad. You understand? And you need to stop. You need to go ahead and get yourself right. You know what I mean? Because if you don't get yourself right, it's only going to make you look bad, bro. And I'm not playing with you. I'm just being honest with you. You understand what I'm saying? Just stop doing this to yourself. You're only making yourself look bad. You're only making yourself look bad. And I'm just being real with you. You are creating this embarrassment. You are doing this to a point where we can't even respect you no more. And you've been doing this for the past 25 years. You understand what I'm saying? And it gets to a point where ain't nobody gonna look at you as a man, bro. And what you did to Chris Rock, that was so disrespectful. You had no rights to slap this man. This man is a comedian. That's what he's supposed to do. And it was Jada that started all this beef when it comes to you and Mr. Chris Rock. That's why you're crying right now. That's why you're going through it. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have no more of an ethic or values or morals where you can respect yourself or look at yourself as a man, bruh. All you're doing is just hurting your reputation and hurting the man that you once was before you got married to her. You understand what I'm saying? Just stop it, bruh. And stop doing this shit to yourself. You know what I mean? It's only creating a bad narrative when it comes to you being looked at respectfully, with morals. You're not doing anything but just being a laughing stock. That's what you are, a laughing stock for people to laugh at you. Everybody in the world called you a bitch. You know what it is for Charlamagne, who is soft as fuck and who's a bitch too, to call you a bitch? Oh, that is diabolical, bro. The View, they even called you that. What is going on? Do you have respect for yourself, bro? And I know my peoples in Puerto Rico feel bad for you because you showed a lot of love to Puerto Rico. And I respect you for that because I'm Puerto Rican Cuban myself. So I salute you for that. There's so much that you can do that will benefit you in your life. But if you stay in this toxic relationship, my G, you're gonna die young, man. You're gonna die suffering and in pain. There is no other way for me to put it. So I'm giving you an advice from a man to a man, if that's what you want to call yourself. Get away from that bitch. Get away from that pussy asshole who you married. And I hate to say it because I used to love Jada Pinkett at one time. I used to respect Jada Pinkett at one time. But then I started seeing that every movie she does is her just fucking other people. What the hell? Blair Underwood. Who else? My homeboy. Something Payne. Oh my God, I forgot his name. You know, he did Blue Avenue, and he did New Jack City with Wesley Snipes and all that. That's my dog right there. But every movie she came out on, she's fucking boogie ass naked, running beats through her ass crack. And you respect that, dog? I know she's an actress, but at the same time, it's like the movie with one of the Wayans brothers that she did. She's a low down dirty shame. And then she want to get mad at the sister who did the movie with her because Pac and her had a thing together. How you gonna be mad and upset at her when you out here hoeing in every movie you do? And you out here depressed. You out here crying. You out here making a fool out of yourself. You imagine how your kids feel, especially Jaden, dog. Especially Jaden, who I don't even see you showing him the utmost respect and love, dog. And your son is a sensational rapper. He's 10 billion times better than you. But you ain't out here even, you know what I'm saying, pushing your son's career. You need to get yourself together, my boy. And there's nothing that I'm telling you that's not right. All this is out in the public. You and your wife put this out there. You and the family put this out there. And Jada Pinkett's mother should be ashamed of herself. Yes, we all know that Jada Pinkett's mother had a heroin addiction. Hey, we in all families have one of those that have been through that circumstance, like Bertie Mac says. There's one in every family. Let's not make an excuse about that. You understand what I'm saying? But to sit there and oblige and fucking just glorify and celebrate her daughter being this way and not putting her daughter in check? They both should celebrate themselves being the most ridiculous people in planet Earth. They need to come back into reality because we all know Jada Pinkett came out of the movie with Neo, which is Keanu Reeves and Matrix or whatever. So she's probably stuck in the Matrix. She's probably got to take the blue pill or something to come back into reality because there's nothing in this world that's gonna fix that relationship and that marriage, bro. And you need to be more respectful to yourself. Give yourself that chance and that opportunity because you lost your egoness, your egotisticness, you lost your respect, you lost your morals, your integrity as a man. You have no intelligence. You have nothing left, what is called value. If you don't show no value, then what do you think? You understand what I'm saying? Just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop being this way with yourself. And I guarantee you, step by step, day by day, you will get better. But you have to be the one to sacrifice. Just like you sacrificed 25 years of that marriage that you call marriage. There ain't no way I would ever call that a marriage, bro. Ain't no way I'm gonna allow my wife to disrespect me that way, bro. Ain't no way I'm gonna let my wife talk to me about like that and embarrass me in front of the whole world like that. Ain't no way. Get yourself together, my boy. And I guarantee you, give yourself time. Get away from everything. Try to just bond more with your kids. Leave that toxic, devilish woman alone. It is sad the way and just the morals and just the statement and the toxicity that she leaves in this relationship. And you sit there and you oblige and you bow down and you kneel to your wife embarrassing you like this. I can't respect that, bro. I'm not gonna respect that woman for nothing. Fuck that woman. If Tupac was alive, I know Tupac would have told her 10 billion things. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You giving yourself a bad name. You got a family now. You got kids now. Tupac never would have respected what this woman is doing. And for you to hate Tupac and be jealous of Tupac because fucking he's been dead for 30 years, but your kids and your wife are still talking about him and saying that they miss him. And remember the letter that Jaden did for Pac? Is it Pac's fault that Jaden wrote that letter? And Jada still saying, oh, I miss Pac. I'm angry because I thought he was here for the long run. Don't her dumb ass know that Tupac had a lot of enemies? Of course she knows that because she knows Tupac better than me and you or anybody in this world. Just stop it, Will. Come back into your senses. Come back to your consciousness. Come back to your cerebral capacity where you can think legitimately and say, you know what? Chico Black and everybody else is right about my wife and about the toxic marriage that I have. If you do that, you'll be so much